Well, today again we come to the book of First Peter again, and this time we're going to be in chapter 3. And the first thing it talks about in this chapter is wives and husbands. It says, "Likewise, wives, be subjection to your husband, so that even if some do not obey the word, they may be won without a word by the conduct of their wives. When they see your respectful and pure conduct, do not let your adoring be external, the braiding of the hair and the putting on of gold jewelry, or the clothing you wear, but let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart, which the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. For this is how the holy woman who hopes in God used to adorn themselves by submitting to their own husbands, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. And you are her children, if you do good, and do not fear anything that is frightening. Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may be uh, not hindered. Now we come to the suffering for righteousness' sake. Finally, all of you have a union of mind, sympathy, brotherly love, and tender-hearted, and a humble mind. Do not repay evil for evil, or revile for reviling, but on the contrary, bless, for this you were called, that you may obtain a blessing. For whoever desires to love life and see good days, let him keep his tongue from evil, and his lips from speaking deceit. Let him turn away from evil and do good. Let him seek peace and pursue it. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. Now who is there to harm you if you are zealous for what is good? But even if you should suffer for righteousness' sake, you will be blessed. Have no fear of them, nor be troubled, but in your heart honor Christ, the Lord, as a holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for the reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do it with gentleness and respect, having a good conscience, so that when you are slandered, those who revile your good behavior in Christ may be put to shame. For it is better to suffer for doing good, if that should be God's will, than for doing evil. For Christ also suffered once for sin, the righteousness for the unrighteous, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but made alive in the Spirit, in which he went and proclaimed to the spirits in the prisons, because they formerly did not obey, when God patiently waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was being prepared, in which fewer than 8 persons were brought safely through the waters, baptism, which corresponds to this. Now save you not as removing the dirt from your body, but as an appeal to God for the good conscience through the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who has gone into heaven and is at the right hand of God with angels, authorities, and powers, having been subjected to him. And that completes the reading of the third chapter of this book.